So if you want another reason to unfollow me, unsubscribe to my channels, and hate on me, here you go. I support Donald Trump. I want Donald Trump for president in 2024. Now, if you want to know my reasons, let me explain. Most of the people on the left though, by this time they heard Donald Trump's name, they probably flipped past and scrolled it, maybe even blocked me. Well, that's what I do to the Kamala Harris supporters. Every time I see people talking about Trump and go Kamala Harris, she's gonna fix the country, I block that channel. I don't want to see that garbage because that's all it is. Now, the media is controlled by the left, and by the left, if you guys don't know, the left are the liberals, the Democrats. The right is the Republicans. Now, if you want me to talk a little bit about history, let me tell you this. The Democrats were originally the Confederates, the ones that wanted to keep slaves, fighting to keep slavery. The Union are the original Republicans, the ones who freed the slaves and fought against it. So our republic, America, is built on a republic. We're supposed to be, it's the people for the people. We control our country, not a lord or a king or nothing above us like that. The president is just the president. He's just kind of represents the country and stands for it. And he could give executive orders and stuff like that. But anyway, America was built, the founding fathers wanted it to be us, free from outside influences. They didn't want Great Britain controlling us. We didn't want Spain controlling us. France, no other outside influences. We wanted America to be a country of our own. That's how the forefathers thought. So they built America. They fought the Revolutionary War and they kicked the English out. And then they spread west, and now America goes from coast to coast, California to New York, Florida to Washington. Anyway, the reason I'm going for Trump is this. When he was president for 4 years, the economy was doing better. My grandpa's a veteran who fought in the Vietnam War. He had his benefits from the VA. He had good benefits, all the medication he needed. He had the right amount of money. He was doing good. And he voted against Trump. Let me put that. He voted for Hillary Clinton against Trump. And I was going for her against Trump at first too. I used to think he was racist. I used to think he hated New Mexico. I used to think he hated Mexicans, Hispanics, Chicanos. But I was locked up while he was president that whole 4 years. I would watch the news. I would watch everything. And I like Trump. I like the way he tells the truth. He speaks his mind. He don't care what anybody thinks. And that's why the Democrats don't like Trump. They like somebody in office that they could control. They can't control Trump because Trump is for us, for the people. Now, that brings me to my next question. I want to know who runs our country. Is it we know it's an outside country and we just don't know. Have we been fooled into thinking that we're running ourselves this whole time? Because it seems like Kamala Harris and the Democrat side, all they care about is the outside countries, foreign countries' influences. They don't care about us as Americans. See, Kamala Harris herself was in charge of the border these last 4 years. Joe Biden put her in charge of the border and she opened the borders up. Have you seen or have you heard about the thousands and thousands of murders and rapes that happen to women, children because of this? Now, when we start talking about the border, people start thinking you're racist. It's not a race thing. Immigrants could come to this country. They could live in this country. They could find refuge in this country. They could work. They could be teachers. They could send their kids to school. They could start a whole new life in this country. But there's a way to go about it legally. Now, the thing about illegal immigration is that when they come into this country, they take a lot of jobs, the social security, the taxes, everything gets higher, and it's going to illegal immigrants when people in our country are suffering like me. If you guys didn't know, I have brain tumors. I've had surgery on my head. I have these brain tumors and I have a lot of problems. I can't work because I have grand mal seizures. If I overwork myself, it's just, we don't know the problem. Even the doctors can't figure it out. But I can't get social security. I keep applying, I get denied. And it's because of that. So it affects everybody. Well, while it affects you if you're an American citizen. No, I'm not trying to hate on illegal immigrants or nothing like that. And that's why this argument is an argument. I don't like to talk about politics and stuff, but I wanted to talk about how important this election is because it is important. Donald Trump at least tells the truth. When he came to New Mexico, he asked the people what would they rather be called. They told Trump that the people in New Mexico don't like to be called Hispanics. He said, call them Latino or else they'll feel disrespected. So when Trump tried to call us Latinos, he only got a couple cheers. So he's all, okay, what do you guys want to be called, Latino or Hispanic? So when he said Latino, he got like 10 people cheering. He said Hispanic and the whole crowd started roaring. So that just goes to show that we know out here in New Mexico that we are Hispanic and Trump supports the Hispanic people. But see, We're Americans, American citizens, and he wants to help American citizens. See, if Trump gets in office, there'll be no more taxes on overtime. My wife works a lot of overtime. So after her 40 hours are up, the rest, she won't get taxed, or she'll get her full overtime pay. But the Democrats are trying to flip that and say that Trump is saying he's going to take away overtime pay or some weird shit like that. That doesn't even make any sense. Now, they're trying to call him a Nazi because he had that rally at the Madison Square Garden, and in the 1930s, Adolf Hitler and them had one too. So does that make the New York Knicks Nazis? Does that make all the artists who have performed over there Nazis? No, bro, no. See? And that's what the Democrat... I used to be Democrat, like I said. I used to hate Trump. But now, after I'm seeing how left the Democrat has gone, I'm not with that, bro. They're lying. They're over here saying Kamala Harris is black when she's Indian. She just admitted it the other day, by the way. If you go watch her video, she says, oh, well, I have my family, my blood, and then I have my other family, ones that I grew up with and grew up around. And that's why she says she's black, Esque. But first she was saying that she was black Jamaican. There's just too many lies. Now, if Kamala Harris were to come sit here and tell us the truth, who she was, what her policies, what she could do for America, maybe I could believe in it and I could follow her. But she don't tell us who she is. She's like a fucking robot. Trump is at least a person. He'll talk to you. He'll talk to us and tell us things like a conversation. And we get to know him as a person. So like they say, people either hate Trump or they love him. There's nowhere in the middle. Kamala, she has a lot of people loving her. Feminists, fairies, a bunch of weak-ass men. At least Trump has the military. He has the strong men. He has the intelligent women. Anyway, I just wanted to give my take on this election. And yes, I am going for Trump. But no, I can't vote since I'm a felon. I wish I could. But me, as a felon, I gave up my right to vote. And I understand that. The law is the law, right? Anyway, if you could vote, get out there tomorrow and vote. Vote for whoever you want. Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, whoever you believe in. I can't tell you who to vote for, and I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. But I would say, vote for what you believe in. But before you vote, do your research on Kamala Harris. Do your research on Donald Trump. Do your research on the vice presidents that are running, J.D. Vance and Tampon Tim Walz, and find out all about these people. And then go vote for who you think will be best for America. And you got to remember, Donald Trump already served 4 years as president from 2016 to 2020. If you remember those 4 years, how were your wallets? How was your bank account? How was your house? How did you live? How was gas prices? Everything was better, right? Now, from 2020 to 2024, man, gas prices are high. We can't afford groceries, can't get Social Security. We're struggling. We're making ends meet, but barely. But if Trump were to become president, he'll fix all that. Anyway, that's my take on it. This is Tragedy. Thank you for watching. I don't know if you learned anything new. Bueno.